and let's talk about this post credit. Boom.
Ready.
Post credit scene, bro. Oh man. So the best part of the movie, which should have been like, why this, like, if the final 2 minutes after the part of the credits is the best part of the movie, that's super sad.
It is.
Before we get in, it was like, yeah, I mean, a part of the movie that had nothing to do with the movie itself is the best part of it. That's not good, you know. But also, you probably could have charged people $10, you know, and throw this up on, you know, it was like, oh, you want to see the post credit scene only? Here's $10. I would have easily paid $10 for it.
Disney
Maybe
Plus,
like 20.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes, it was so much information and so much in that scene. That's why I want to hear what you guys think. Because I kept on saying, I was like, did that just change? What about that? Did anyone else see this? You know, I just want to know what you guys think about the post credit, because I was floored.
They give you a lot of information. And I think, obviously, the big one, which we'll get into it in a second, but I know Will said he wasn't too much into comic book. They drop a huge comic book reference that I hope they pay it off. And it's a newer comic book reference too. Ooh. They talk about his hive mind, you know, and it's like billions of light years and all that thing with the hive mind. So if you watch, if you've been reading any of the comic books, Null, which is the king of the symbiotes, you know, and I guess there's a bunch of them, and they're a hive. So are they gonna come out with Null? You know, they're already doing, Null kind of plays a part in another movie that they're doing in the Thor movie, Butcher the God Killer, whatever, or the God Butcher, or was it? I forgot what his name, Gore, the God Butcher, or something like that. He has this sword that is from Null, who is the king of symbiotes. So maybe, you know. And they brought it up.
So cool. And the way he says, he's like, I've been around for hundreds of thousands of years, and everybody who I've ever been around, I have all that information all within me. If I gave you a 1 point little percent of what I have, it would just freak you out.
Blow your mind. And
it was amazing. Yeah. I was like,
damn.
Yeah. When he said hive mind, I was like, ooh, what? So I'm like, because that part of me, I'm like, I kind of don't want them to touch Spider-Man and just mess with Null, because that'd be pretty cool, because I don't want you to break my heart with Spider-Man. But yeah. Do you guys want to say what happened after he was telling him that about he's gonna blow his mind with all the information?
And then all of a sudden he ends up in another place.
Yeah. That was pretty interesting, because Eddie thought it was Venom, and Venom's like, I didn't do it. You know,
what do you think?
So when the whole setting changes, right? Venom was gonna show Eddie like a little bit of the knowledge, like right?
Fraction, yeah.
That was his process of what he was gonna do.
That's what he did.
So that makes me think one thing and one thing only, which has kind of been the same theme that's been happening with every Disney piece that we've been seeing. So when whatever happened, right? With the setting change, was that a Nexus event? Was that the timeline altering and then bringing in multiverse? What was going on there?
That's what I think. But I don't think Venom caused it. I think he was just
I don't think he caused it. I think it just happened at the same exact time as when he was trying to do something. Kind of sounded like with the whole Doctor Strange.
That's why I thought Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I was like, is this Doctor Strange? Is Doctor Strange? Because who else could do that?
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, maybe Wanda.
Maybe
Wanda, but I think it's gonna be Doctor Strange, because it ties in directly with what we saw in the Spider-Man trailer. You know, Goblin, Alfred Molina, Jamie Foxx, stuff like that. So
all of a sudden, he's in a new place.
We already have 5. Yeah, so. Which also confuses the shit out of me the whole time. I'm like, I know I was like aggravating my girlfriend, where I'm like, how are they gonna make Venom a bad guy when they just spent 2 movies?
They made him a good guy. Exactly.
It was like I'm like, what is Peter gonna do to Eddie that's gonna make Eddie get so angry that he's gonna be like, no, we need to kill him. You know, I want to destroy him. Like,
No,
what
but
can a high school kid do to this grown ass man?
what they're going to do
Yeah,
is show
like-
all the negative press from for the Bugle or whatever. They're going to show all the negative press is how bad of a guy he is, and they're going to say, "Hey, look, it's another bad guy I could go eat." But why? What would make Venom work with the Sinister Six? It's my question. I can understand him fighting Spider-Man, but what's going to make him do that with the other people that he knows are not good?
Yeah. I don't know.
Damn.
But it was yeah, it was pretty interesting. But I think they're done. I think Kevin Feige, this is his grand finale with Spider-Man. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's like, the deal that they made was like, one more Spider-Man. We're gonna tie up the Spider-Man story in the MCU. Here is this freaking diamond on a golden platter. Don't shit on it. Sony's gonna not only shit on it, they're gonna like pass it around to everybody else, and like, you know, Venom's gonna do a little dookie, Morbius is gonna do a little dookie on it. Like, is this gonna be so bad and they're gonna ruin Spider-Man? And I'm so pissed off that they're gonna ruin Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, and one of my favorite, probably one of the best Tom Holland Spider-Man is probably the best. And they're gonna I think they're gonna ruin it.
Well, yeah. Okay. Tobey Maguire was pretty good. The first two the second Spider-Man was pretty good.
That's still one of the best comic book movies ever. Was probably that second Spider-Man.
The first one was kind of bad with the graphics. The third one was bad with the dancing, but that second one,
it's
that was right in the spot.
Yeah. The whole story was just amazing with that second one. But overall, I think Tom Holland is a better Spider-Man.
Because it makes sense because he's not supposed to be a 30-year-old man. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're 32 years still in college? You're a genius. What's wrong?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. I just hope Disney gets a hold of Miles and they're like, here, you play with Peter and we're gonna keep Miles, and because everyone loves Miles now, and I think you can do so much more with him. Yeah. But I don't know. Are you guys worried? Like, after seeing Venom 1, Venom 2, are you worried what Sony's gonna do with Tom Holland and Spider-Man?
I think Tom Holland's worried about what Tom Holland's going to do. Sony's going to do to Spider-Man. He tries to pull Marvel back in. Like, come on, don't leave me out.
I mean, Tom Holland, he has Spider-Man's back. He really wants to like stay in that role for as long as he can, and he has a good rapport with the internet itself. So I don't know, man. I think if we get another movie script that gets leaked, right, and the fans don't like it, I feel like Tom Holland's gonna find a way to change it, like how they did with Sonic, and they changed his appearance. If you get the fans mad enough, maybe, you know, you get the executives to change, you know, and to finally satisfy the fans, which they haven't done. Not you know, how we want so far here. You know, we're almost there. We're almost, you know, 7th inning stretch. You know, we're almost there, man. But I don't know. I'm not so scared. Yeah. If Tom Holland still claims the role, then I'm not as scared. If we get a whole new Spider-Man, then we're done. Like, you can't keep.
Yeah, that could be really messed it up.
This train wreck going. You can't do it.
So he's 24 years old right now, right?
Tom Holland?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I thought he was a little bit older. That's super young. Yeah, that's still super young.
And what he's saying is like, so his contract technically is over. After this movie, his contract is technically over. After he can negotiate that he stays in Marvel in the MCU a little bit, he has a little power. If this movie blows up to what No Way Home blows up to what it could be, you have a little power. You know, and he can make his way. You know, hey, Sony, you're going to have to do this, and they'll say to him, okay, we'll do this, but you gotta do these 3 other movies. You know,
he's like, oh, okay, I'll make more money.
Like, I guess 20 million is okay for me, I guess. I don't know.
I promise I won't sue and be another ScarJo. Yeah. So yeah,
There.
but yeah, no, I
Jab,
mean,
jab.
yeah, but we got No Way Home because of Tom Holland. You know, he kind of brought the parents to the table. He's like, listen, play nice, Disney, Sony. Like, I want to be Spider-Man again.
He
You
said,
know,
"Look,
and the
mom,
fans,
hug dad,
yeah,
dad, hug mom. No fighting. Let's go.
at least for one more year. You know, so
I'll
but
be
Tom
out of
Holland,
school
like,
soon."
yeah, he got like Will said, he got the fans behind him. You know, like he became like the good guy. He's like, he goes, we need to do this for the fans, and I love doing it. This is what people want. It can make a buttload of money. And Disney's like, cool, we'll get a buttload of money. Sony's like, you'll make us a buttload of money. So it makes sense. You know, I hope it goes the other way now that Venom is in the MCU. Because I think that's what they were trying to get at. I hope Kevin Feige gets to play with that toy rather than Sony playing with Spider-Man again. Because I think that'd be really, 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 really cool. You know, like seeing Deadpool possibly with like Venom. Like, let's go. That would be sick.
Ooh.
You know, but I think they need to do Venom right though.
I saw like a Venomized Deadpool. That was a crazy character.
Yo, you got to read King in Black was where they introduced Null, and he pretty much venomizes everybody. Everybody in the MCU gets or in the Marvel universe, in the comic book, it gets venomized. You know, so he just takes over the entire world.
What if season 2?
There you go. Introduce Null.
Yeah.
So check that out, man. And it also sets up like Venom going forward. Like Venom is this god basically now. He's like a god, you know, like this, like he's almost like a Green Lantern for Marvel. He's like, he protects the universe with his many symbiote drones, you know, and it's really weird, man. It's really weird, you know. But now his son is Venom because he's the actual Venom itself is with his son because Eddie Brock is like king of symbiotes now. So it's so far away from what you remember from the 90s cartoon type of shit.
Yeah.
But I like it. I thought it was really well done. King in Black. So check that out. That was
King in Black. I'll check it out.
If you like Venom, if you like Venom, pretty good read. But yeah, what do you guys think about the weird TV lick?
Very weird.
You're talking about when what comes on the TV? Yeah, that was weird. It left me with a lot of questions, as it did everybody else. It left me thinking, like, how is that connection gonna come apart? I mean, we're kind of just saying the same thing. When you guys said, like, how is Venom gonna get so pissed that he forgets that he's the anti-hero and just goes full on just villain, if you will.
So
bad.
I was thinking about this, and Eddie Brock, you know, is a writer. He wants to get back into print. Mm-hmm. What if he gets a job? Was it is the Bugle, whatever? What if he gets a job? And he really starts to believe drink the Kool-Aid and believe that he's really evil. And Venom hears all these things, and next thing you know, they're like, Spider-Man has to be stopped. And Eddie believes it, and now Venom believes it. So if they both believe it, they're dead set. That's a missile coming right at Spider-Man.
There you go. That was kind of it, but on TV. You know. Yeah, but it seemed like he had an instant like connection though. Like as soon as he saw Peter on TV, he like got up and it was just all like that guy, and then licked the TV. I was like, what? Like, why is he connect?
They explain nothing.
Not explaining nothing.
Somehow he's the reason he lost his job.
Well, it kind of goes back to Spider-Man 2, right? With Doc Ock. He comes back, right? And we know he's going to come back for this next Spider-Man, or for the multiverse, right? And when he says, "Hey, Peter," he's talking to Tom Holland without any hesitation of thinking, "Hey, it's not the same Peter that I fucked with, some years ago. This is a new guy." maybe the universes are that much fucked that, like, for example, in Spider-Man 3, when Peter starts to like expose Eddie and his like false, stories and pictures that he was taking. What if all of that animosity that was going on in that Spider-Man translates over to this Eddie Brock, and all of a sudden, like, since reality's changed, what if he wakes up to the new reality of, oh yeah, that motherfucker fucked me up in my past job, and then what if he's no longer the same role of Eddie as he was in Venom 1 movie, because in that one, Venom made him look so good because he gave him all the leads and whatnot, because Venom's just a better detective, if you will, finding out all the pictures and whatnot.
Yeah.
See, I actually thought that
That's
when he was
interesting.
saying hello, Peter, that he was talking to Tobey Maguire, because Tobey
I
Maguire
don't
happened to
think
be
so.
there.
That could be it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Unless I get black bag right now, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, MCU is known for their tricky trailers. They'll show you one thing and you're like, oh, what? That never happened, or stuff like that. Could be. You
I
don't know
don't think it's
who
talking Tom
exactly he's
Holland.
talking about.
Yeah, I don't think it's talking Tom Holland. I think Tobey Maguire's in the movie a lot more than everyone wants to admit right now. Specifically,
Oh, man, you give me hype. I'm like,
specifically,
it has to be, 'cause, it has to be. I mean, you have like I don't know if you guys follow Straw Hat Goofy on TikTok, but he was talking about something like that, where he was like, it's all connected, like through it, and also through the directors. Is JJ in the old one said Doctor Strange, and when they were trying to give names for the Doc Ock, he goes, what about Doctor Strange? He goes, I like it. You go, but it's already taken. So I was like, so there's already a Doctor Strange in that universe that Sam Raimi made. Sam Raimi is making the next Doctor Strange movie.
Yep.
Coincidence? Come on, man. I was like, Jesus, it's too much. So it's like,
I think
so things are starting to get linked.
Andy Garfield might be in the movie just a little bit, right? But I think Tobey Maguire is, even like, how Spider Into the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales, how there's one Spider-Man that's really in there a lot, that's like kind of trying to show Peter the way because he's been through it already. I think Tobey Maguire's going to be in this movie a lot more than,
that'd be awesome.
More than this is a 5 minute cameo. I think this is going to be a part in it. If he can be in it for 20, 25 minutes, showing him some things.
You think he'll play that mentor role?
He's so old though, man. He's so old. Yeah.
Yeah, but he can be old still. That's okay to be old. Because the Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse was old. He was an old one.
He had a little gut and everything. Yeah, you're right. He was seasoned, right? He had a gut and all that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm just saying.
Cool. Yeah.
I think because he's the only one that's really being. Andy Garfield is what they're doing, talking to all the stuff, but Tobey Maguire has been very quiet, a lot more quiet than he's used to being. Yeah.
He's gonna be the hidden gem in the movie.
I think so. I
That'd
think
be
you
awesome.
will see him like, wow, he's really in it. The two best Spider-Mans of all time. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, going back to the post-credit scene though, I'm afraid. I'm scared. Like, I'm happy, I'm hyped, but I'm also really, really afraid, that it's gonna get ruined. But I am pretty excited to see what happens. And I think Venom is going to be in No Way Home.
Oh yeah.
There's no way he's not going to be. Ooh. I don't think he's going to be big. I think he's going to be in that post-credit scene. But yeah, it's awesome to finally see like Venom get his suit, his actual suit. That finally after 2 movies. I mean, you have 2 movies with Venom and he doesn't even look like Venom yet. Like, what? Come on, So. So we could see legit Venom that shoots webbing and not like, a hentai kind of tentacle. So yeah, so the whole time I was like, they're going really hentai with this thing, especially with the tongue down his throat and the red slimy one. So I don't know if you guys thought about that too, but I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I want to see more legit Venom. Right now, it's kind of Venom in name and not the actual Venom. You know, so
What if Kevin Feige does too good of a job? It ruins
oh, you know he
ruins
is.
everything they did. He's going to do too good of a job, and they were like, "Wow, this is real dark. We didn't see this coming. Wow, we like this a lot more."
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
on the way
No
out.
Way Home is gonna make so much freaking money, even in a pandemic. Like you said, everyone's gonna go see it. Everyone's gonna go see it. You know, so I mean, I might get that stupid A-list, you know, AMC thing where you can go see like 3 movies a week and go
I
see
got it.
Spider-Man every 3 times a week. You know,
That's why I go see all the movies because I have
Yeah.
the A list or AMC.
oh, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go all the time. Just go. I see the same movie like
Yeah.
5 times in a row.
Just
So,
because
I mean,
in
this-
line,
and-
huh? VIP and shit.
Yeah, right.
Get
Yeah,
that special
VIP.
line.
And
Yeah.
you know, and I know that was one thing Marvin was saying, you know, over on the Nerd Huddle too. He was saying, he goes, if we could rent out a whole theater, that would be sick, you know, it's like, and all go see Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm like down
with
for that. That would be super
100%.
cool.
I would
If
be
they
down
do
to put $50 down.
reservations again. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes out. But any final thoughts on the scene breakdown, post credit scene?
You know, I was feeling really good about it until you talked about all this stuff. And now I'm afraid too.
I got you scared.
Thinking like, oh no, they're gonna mess it up.
Yeah, because like it's super. You get super hyped because you're like, oh, what's happening? But then you think about who's gonna play with it. Is Sony gonna play with it, or is Kevin Feige gonna play with it? Very different outcomes, you know. So even if Kevin Feige has his hand in the dish helping Sony, you know, make a movie, I'll be cool with that. But I don't know if Disney will allow it. Disney's like, no. You're busy. You're too busy for that shit. You know. So I don't know. We'll see how. We'll see how. I mean, but what about you, Will?
What do you think about
Any last
that,
things
this
about it?
one? What do you think about this for Mobius? Do you think that he's every all these things are gonna let's ruin it? Like you were saying, like I don't even like the characters they put in this whole Spider-Verse right now. That scares me a little bit too. But they can always.
I don't like Jared Leto.
Who owns Miles Morales?
I don't know. I was going to ask that earlier, actually. I don't know.
I think it's technically Sony because Sony
Oh,
bought
man.
all Spider-Man things now
Damn.
and whenever they make any new Spider-Man thing. So anything that's tied directly to Spider-Man, then it's theirs. Marvel, like Kingpin is a guy who floats around, so they can use Kingpin, but also Marvel can play with Kingpin.
Nice.
So he's not like a legit one. But I think Miles Morales is technically Sony.
I think that's what Sony has that in their back pocket. If it ever gets too stale, they can have 2 Spider-Mans and the Spider-Verse out, and they could do something real nice with that.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing it well in the Spider-Verse animated movie, which was amazing. One of the best comic book movies ever
I've ever seen.
Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah. You know, and then the video games. The video games are also
The video games are
amazing.
incredible.
You know, yeah. So if you want a really good like story, that's you can go the Spider-Man video games, just copy and paste. You know, I mean, shit, they even did it. They put in Tom Holland's face. They remastered it and put Tom Holland's face on the first Spider-Man game. So
that's funny. Nice.
yeah, so they're already kind of gearing towards that. So, and the guy who voices Miles in the video game kind of looks exactly like how he does in the video game. So there you go. You know,
Right.
that's
Sony
easy.
owns it, and he says,
There you go.
but somehow he could end up in the MCU.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I can't wait to see. We'll see.
Yeah. So here's one thing I'm gonna leave you guys thinking about before we head out. So there's the big lawsuit on the original creators suing to get back their creation, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and a bunch of the other characters. It's pretty much all MCU characters except for Spider-Man. So MCU got Disney money, so they can literally buy whatever, whenever, for how much, what they ask for. So that's not a big problem. Sony could lose Spider-Man to the original creator. So there is a possibility that Sony loses Spider-Man to the original creator. Disney goes to that original creator and is like, here's a shit ton of money. Spider-Man's ours now. So they can get Spider-Man without, yeah, back up to truck. Or like
open the door, just all the money just slides out.
They just give him a freaking DuckTales McDuck bank that he dives in. He goes, here you go. But I mean, that's the way, Disney could get Spider-Man without buying Sony. So just a thought to think of, like, that is a possibility. It's a far stretch, but could happen. But I think that's
back
it for
to
today,
the
man.
light side. My heart feels good again.
Yeah. I guess on a positive thought, that could be a what if. There we go. A real life what if. Yeah, we'll see. But cool, man. That is it from us over here at Spoiler Kings. Looking for this. Here we go. So Black and Brian. So we are part of the Nerd Huddle. So you want to check everyone out. Links are in the description. Every Monday we go live and we give you all your weekend blockbuster reviews, and we let you know the good, the bad, and what we think about it. Tuesdays we got Panda and Grizzly with this guy down here and a couple of the other dudes. You guys talk about Bears and some other football news, fantasy football help and stuff like that. Wednesdays, Dynasty Pylon. These guys are on Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Thursdays. They're on every week. So if you're really into fantasy football and they're probably on right now. But they're into every kind of fantasy football, dynasty, IDP, redraft. So they're super knowledgeable. Go check them out. And then Thursdays, they would just become best friends. Me, Brian, and whoever else joins us. Talk about all your nerdy news and trending stuff. I'm sure we might get a little bit more into this Spider-Man post credit scene too there, and how it's going to affect like Eternals and all the other good stuff. And the Morning Spike over on the Nerd Huddle. Right before kickoff on Sundays, we help you with your fantasy football lineup. So make sure you give everyone in the Nerd Huddle.
I don't have to do any shots on Sunday. Yes.
Oh yeah, I didn't make any bets. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, man, that is it. Give everyone some love. We're all one big family over here at the Nerd Huddle, giving you all your nerdy news and nerdy entertainment, either sports or comics, movies, all that good stuff. But that is it from us. Next week we're gonna do James Bond, the new James Bond movie that we've been waiting for a year now at this point. So it better be freaking good.
Better be.
And yeah, I think it is. I love this version of James Bond. So we're gonna do that. And if you're watching live right now, stay tuned. We're gonna do the giveaway for the movie Cruella. And then we're also going to announce next week's giveaway movie. If you're watching on replay, go check that video out and go enter to win the next movie that we're giving away next week. But that is it from us over here at the Spoiler Kings. Don't say Nerd Huddle. Spoiler Kings. Yeah, cool. See you guys next week.
Later.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right.